Thanks for joining us here at CTV News Channel. I'm Dan Matheson. The selection committee in Oslo, Norway, cites Obama's extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation as the reason he gets the nod. Obama himself says he's deeply humbled by this award.
To be honest, I do not feel that I deserve to be in the company of so many of the transformative figures who've been honored by this prize. Men and women who've inspired me and inspired the entire world through their courageous pursuit of peace. But I also know that this prize reflects the kind of world that those men and women and all Americans want to build, a world that gives life to the promise of our founding documents. And I know that throughout history, the Nobel Peace Prize has not just been used to honor specific achievement, it's also been used as a means to give momentum to a set of causes. And that is why I will accept this award as a call to action, a call for all nations to confront the common challenges of the 21st century.
Barack Obama is the first sitting U.S. president to win the Peace Prize since 1919. Woodrow Wilson won for helping found the League of Nations. For his reaction, we're joined now by Solon Simmons, assistant professor at George Mason University's Institute for Conflict Analysis and Resolution. Mr. Simmons, what do you make of this award? Are you surprised, sir?
I'm pretty shocked. I think most people are. I think Barack Obama was as shocked as the rest of us. His press secretary saying, "Wow," as a great comment. And if anything, I imagine he's a little bit embarrassed by the award because, as we've said repeatedly this morning, it's fairly aspirational. And I'm sure that he will be. I guess the theory here is that he'll be a bit more mindful in making decisions because, remember, we have the drumbeat now for Afghanistan, 40,000 more troops with the generals pushing for this, and also Iran, perhaps more ominously ahead of in the next few weeks with a sense of confrontation emerging. So I think that there is a hope here. And Barack Obama may now, as a Peace Prize winner, think about these things in a different way. It's not altogether clear, though, that Barack Obama needed to be more mindful on these matters. Perhaps members of his own party will take it in that way. If there's going to be a positive domestic reaction, it would be of that kind, I imagine.
You know, it's interesting. We spoke with a couple analysts who study the Nobel process and the Peace Prizes, even one Norwegian analyst this morning we spoke with. And what they said, this signals a change by the committee more than they're shocked by what the committee did more than by, obviously, Barack Obama and what he has attempted to do. It's almost as if this committee is now trying to be more interventionist in world affairs. They are awarding a guy who they think is on the right road. As Alan Lichtman said today on one of our programs, they've given it on spec. It's not for what he's done, it's what everybody hopes he can do.
That's true, and we all have hope for Barack Obama, I assume, although a lot of that hope has been dwindling domestically. I think a lot of Republicans are going to see and have already been spinning this as a kind of interventionism into domestic politics, a concern about what American foreign policy should be. You know, I just thought about this. Since 2001, since 9/11, almost 40% of the prizes have been given to Democratic Party leaders of the United States. That's a little bit strange and interesting. It says something about the theory the Nobel Committee has about what the threats to peace are and how they'd like to push it. Republicans will note this. They're going to be unimpressed. And I'm actually afraid for the future, the legitimacy of the prize in the United States. I'm worried this is a little bit of a kiss of death potentially for peaceful innovations in the world for Barack Obama, and that he might actually be pressed to be a little tougher than he might otherwise be. It could go the other way, but I'm a little bit worried in that respect.
You know, it's interesting how your president is more popular everywhere in the world than he is in America.
It is interesting. I mean, I think that there's a lot of latent popularity here for Barack Obama, but you're right. I don't really know. I think that the United States has become people are a little bit afraid of the United States because there is a lot of power concentrated here, and because there's tremendous conflict in the world, and the United States is leaning into a lot of the solving those problems, and so, you know, it's always trouble to try to deal with some of these problems as opposed to letting them linger. So maybe that's the fear of the United States.
Solon Simmons at George Mason University. Thank you very much, sir. Nice speaking with you.
Okay, thanks, Dan.